welcome back to the show. This is still Entertainment Guide on DJ TV. Just gone by is our weekly entertainment trends. Please, for more of that, visit our website www.dailyguidenetwork.com. I've got Roland Amati in the studio and Yahudu Ibaf. Welcome, guys. Welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you, bro.
Great. Let's kickstart the show with, of course, Shatta Wale. And, of course, not too long ago, Shatta Wale was in Jamaica to honor an invitation from the world boss, Vybz Kartel. And it seems Vybz Kartel can't get enough of Shatta Wale. In a recent interview with Drink Champs, he did mention Shatta Wale, brought Shatta Wale into the conversation. And I think it's something worth talk about because he spoke highly of his performance at the Freedom Street concert in Jamaica. Roland, let me start off with you. Since you are from that camp, what do you make of this statement from the dancehall king?
This is one of the instances where we say Shatta Wale is always right. I know when we make such statements, people have their own understanding and reservations about that statement.
Yeah.
But some of us that make that statement, we know the meaning or what we want to say when we make such statements. And it is simple. You know, some of us even were disturbed about the fact that when a team were having calls over the years about Shatta going to Jamaica. But all this while his statement was one. He's not performing in Jamaica unless it is with Vybz Kartel on Vybz Kartel's show.
Okay.
That is what he's been saying all these years. So all the collabs, the phone calls, the bookings that have come, he's rejected all. And I mean, they say it is the end that justifies the means. And this particular result is one of the things that he was looking out for, which is why he had to wait for about 13 years in order to fulfill this particular dream. So to him, it is a dream come true. And this is the impact that he's always been talking about. When it is not even about you having a lovey-dovey relationship with somebody, but you will still be impactful to the heights that even the person can bring your name up in a conversation that probably has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Yes, and that is what Shatta has been talking about. So to him and the camp, it feels good that at least, if not for anything at all, the small act that he put up on the stage is one that is much appreciated by the world boss, of which he can't even stop mentioning Shatta Wale. After that particular show, one of the people that he's posted the most on his page is Shatta Wale.
Wow.
And it feels good. And I know Shatta is very happy seeing this, even when he was mentioned on mobile that they were going to honor him. Shatta posted it on the flyer on his socials and expressed his excitement. So I believe the feeling is mutual. The feeling is very mutual from Vybz Kartel into Shatta Wale. And I would say big ups to my boss Shatta for getting such an outcome. This has been the impact that he's been looking for, which was called an organic impact.
Okay.
And that is what he's enjoying.
Great. Yeah. Quickly, let's also talk about the fact that when Shatta performed in Jamaica, many people were like, oh, and he didn't perform well, and he's going to be a curtain raiser and all that. I mean, all the negativities that came up from even the announcement of Shatta Wale for that particular event and even the aftermath. And now, hearing the world boss speak highly of Shatta Wale's performance.
Well, in this life, this period is exciting because of that period. The doubts, like you said, the negativity. Without it, sometimes you will not enjoy your wins.
Okay.
Because if everybody had praised him in one voice and we are so having the word, oh, but we've been praising him since. So sometimes doubters are there to show you that God is making you win. But without those doubts, you might feel it's your power.
Yeah.
Like Vybz Kartel said on the interview, like he thought he was God. So he went to prison and realized that he's not God. Now he comes out and he's praising God. Without that trial and tribulation, we will not be here talking about Vybz Kartel talking about Shatta Wale, that, and people are bleeding. You get it? So it's part of the game. I know we all understand it, and God works in mysterious ways because he was tagged as a curtain raiser.
Yeah.
It turned out he was a special guest. He was tagged as a follow back. It turns out now he's the favorite of the royal boss. It turns out that he went there just to go and have fun. Now he's being mentioned on platforms. Ideally, his name wouldn't have been mentioned if he hadn't done that act of service, that act of love. that act of doing everything from his heart. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It was a 4 minutes performance, but the benefit that has come has overseeded what a 4 minutes performance can do. It's like 4 minutes, 9 months. You see that thing?
Yes, of course. And the feedback has been very,
yes,
very good. So
yes.
big ups to Shatta Wale. And then we just hope that in this one, the people who were negatively talking about his performance and his visit to Jamaica would applaud this because there's no way you can turn this thing around.
Bro, they can continue doing more because I foresee additional excitements coming. So
Okay.
they hit us to double, so that excitement too will double.
Hey, Prophet NYB. But this is not the kind of mention where somebody will take a list and mention your name. Continue.
Please. But for me, I'm just saying with this kind of mention, I believe that no media or no podcast can turn it around to a negativity something.
Oh, they can.
So let's just applaud it and just
Oh, they can. People can. If anybody that wants to be diabolic will still find a way.
Really?
Will still find something to talk about. Of course, they will. They will say he didn't mention it enough. He did not mention your song, or he did not say anything about it apart from giving you acknowledgement. Anybody that wants to be diabolic there, those ones, witches and wizards, we know them.
All right, great. I just don't want to dwell much into this, but of course, there was another conversation on social media this week about the fact that when Shatta Wale knelt in front of Vybz Kartel at that particular concert, there were a lot of backlash that, oh, why did he do that? He has sold his right. There's no self-esteem. And now we saw Sarkodie do similar thing with our legend here, Daddy Lumba, and people are okay with that. And I'm like, why do we criticize Shatta Wale for that? Because Shatta Wale actually idolized Vybz Kartel. He said that in several interviews and even in his songs. So, and if Daddy Lumba also is idolized by Sarkodie, why then do we see that one okay and that Shatta becomes a problem?
That's what I'm saying. Anybody that wants to find fault with your act, no matter how clean it is, will still find fault.
Yes.
Even if you wear the purest of whites, they will still tell you it is too bright for their eyes.
Yes.
It is what it is. You see, for that act, for me, funny enough, I was there when Sarkodie did that on stage with Daddy Lumba. I was at the show. And when I saw it, I was like, yeah. And that is not even the first time Sarkodie has knelt down in front of somebody he idolizes. Yeah. He did that with Obrafo. And such is life. You see, you may not see the significance until it is done to you. You may not see the need until it is done to you, or you get to a point where you wish somebody would do that to you. I mean, there are some of these old folks or these old musicians that enter into a space and unfortunately, they meet a different generation that do not recognize them. And they are mostly not happy with the treatment that these people give them. And it is simply because they cannot connect to you. They don't know your value. They don't understand what you carry or what you did back then. You understand? It is no fault of theirs. But then, if you love somebody or if you idolize somebody, it is not about you worshiping. It is just about you paying respect to who you want to respect. See the same Daddy Lumba that Sarkodie is idolizing that is kneeling down in front. Somebody to know the checkup. Somebody know the watch himself. And that is life. So when Shatta did that with Vybz Kartel, and it is not only with Vybz Kartel that Shatta has done that. Even here in Ghana, he's done that to so many people. Like so many of them. Some of them even his age mates. Some of them even he's older than. If he gives you that level of respect, anyhow, he would do anything to show you that this is how I respect you, or this is how I adore you. He does it to everybody. He does it to everybody he would want to show respect to. So to Shatta, when those conversations came about him, for him, he wasn't so much worried because it is what he wants to do. He did it, and the person that he did it for acknowledges it. So if you find any fault with it, well, I don't think Sarkodie would be much concerned about people calling him names for kneeling down to Daddy Lumba. No, it would get to a point somebody would also see Sarkodie and would even lie posted on the ground for Sarkodie.
Because I think we need to establish that, you see, the premise. I feel like Ghanaians were the ones. Please, sometimes you have to be specific. It was a particular fan base. It was the Beam natives. They turned it around to become what it is. Unfortunately for Sarkodie, I think now they've made peace with their enemies, which is the money fans. So they also could not diabolically turn it around. But I think it's part of the game. But we also need to realize that we are Africans. As Africans, respect is part of our programming. And look at your favorite big stars, from the likes of the Burners to the Wizards to the Davidos. When they see artists or pioneers who paved the way for them, in fact, they push straight. They don't even kneel down.
Flat.
Yeah, so it's basically part of our DNA, the respect that we have as Africans. And definitely, if I get to ever meet someone
Idolize.
I idolize, definitely, I would show the maximum of respect to that person.
All right, great. We just hope that some of these conversations won't be coming up in our entertainment space.
They'll come up.
they
I know
will,
which
they
one
will.
it won't come
No,
up.
because it's
will.
not. We don't have to be encouraging.
Oh,
such
they
things.
That's
will.
why
And
I
it's
show
not about.
business,
It is not about you
Let's not
encouraging
be
it.
diabolic, please.
It is not about you encouraging it.
Yes.
You see, no matter the dedication that you give,
Yeah.
like you put across on this particular conversation, anybody who still wants to see the other side will still see it.
Okay.
It will not prevent them. So I know it will still pop up.
All right, great.
It happens. As Tomboy go do song with Sean Paul them. So what you know here? Yeah, Sean Paul is trim. Then
Yeah.
no matter where you stand, once you have a rival fan base, don't forget. They'll show you shaky.
All right, great. Yemi Alade was also interviewed over the week and spoke about the fact that highlife originated from both Nigeria and Ghana, and it seems our people won't allow this one to slide because our Nigerian brothers always find a way to take something away from us. But what do you make of that particular interview from Yemi Alade, where she said that highlife originated from both Ghana and Nigeria?
Well, I think it's first of all, I think it was an unfortunate statement, but I also don't want to fault her because it's not like she's from the older generation. I'm sure when she was born and she grew up,
Yes.
there were a lot of high life in her country. So maybe she didn't research. So she took it like, oh, if they say it's Ghana, but I also say Nigeria, forgetting that most of the music that they heard during that time all immigrated from Ghana. High life can never be taken away from Ghanaians. We popularized it, we made it our own.
Yes.
We've owned it. In as much as high life as in the beginning of the genre was more of music along the coast of West Africa.
Yes.
Ghanaians took the lead to make it what it is and what you've been enjoying at this moment in time. And like I said, Nigerian did not really have a lot of music, especially high life. So it took bands from Ghana to go to Nigeria to show them.
Okay.
Do you get it? So even if you look at the high life rhythms, it's more of what the Ghanaians taught them. Because I know the Ampedus and stuff were all going to the Nigeria to go and perform alongside, especially when we had the coup d'etats happening in Ghana and music could not be effectively played. That's where they went to set up shop, and that's where the issue is. Because of the series of coup d'etats that Ghana faced. That's why high life has become like a controversial conversation to have, because they had to move the sound from here to there before they brought it back. Even the artist that Nigerians see as their godfather, who is Fela,
Yes.
came to Ghana to study. In fact, Afrobeat was inspiration taken from high life, added with the jazzy horns
The
and
jazz
stuff.
horns and all the percussions.
So it's basically the base of the genre is here.
Highlife.
The source is here in Ghana. Even with the current Afrobeat, the ke that you hear, it's where?
It's from Ghana.
It's from Ghana.
Ghana is known for drums, instruments, stuff like that.
So the base of West African music,
It's highlife.
which is popularized, is high life. So it was kind of unfortunate for Yemi to lie through her teeth, because you could see she knew what she was saying would be controversial. You could even see from her facial expressions. And like you've said, we've been in this country where Azonto was taken to Nigeria. They even tried to call it a lingo. We've done so many stuff that our brothers, because of their
Even our Dirty December, now they are also having something like that.
oh yes, but even with the Dirty December, I wouldn't say it will be like a major argument, because at the end of the day, in as much as it was coined in Ghana, it was for a Nigerian artist.
Mr. Easy.
Yes.
But either ways,
It was a Ghana thing.
No, that's what I'm saying, because the trio of people who coined it, two were Nigerians, one was Ghana.
Yes,
So that's what I'm saying, that even
Yes.
with that,
yes.
it's not like it's an argument that we can have. like maybe a Nigerian coin. But in terms of high life, there is no Nigerian contribution.
Okay.
They did not add any single element to it. High life in its raw nature is purely Ghanaian, made by Ghanaians for the world.
Okay.
So we will not allow anybody to change the history books.
All right.
And I've been watching Yemi Alade's timeline to see whether she come and apologize. But she's being pompous. Africa is being pompous to come and apologize, to say, oh, I did not know my history books. Right now I've been taught. She's there acting all. But we'll make her apologize.
She
Roland,
what do you have to say about this?
She wouldn't. In fact, she knew what she was going to say would be controversial, yet she decided to still go about it. You see, that is the beginning of the revolution, or that's how a revolution is started. The conversation of Afrobeat being Nigerian and what have you, now with even the world seemingly accepting the fact that Afrobeat is the base of it is even from Nigeria, started similar, like just as this. It just took some few people making such statements, and of course it is being trumpeted by others, and that is how it starts. So if we are also going to sit there for people to give misinformation, and the platform she sat on to make that statement was a world platform, if not for anything at all, Yemi Alade is 35 years old, not older than P.T. Dochi, the legendary actor, who also in a forum stated that he started enjoying high life, and him knowing even high life started from Ghana.
And mention our legends like E.T.
Exactly, the ones who influenced their music at a point there. So if P.T. Dochi is talking about something and Yemi Alade is, who is the daughter, probably a granddaughter to Pete, is also giving a different information. Come on. It speaks volumes. It speaks on how she decided to lie to the world, hoping she would get collaborators, people
to rally
behind her. But it will not work that way. For me, I am not much concerned about the lie. I am more concerned about the reaction from our side. It shouldn't just be a reaction, calling her a liar, and that's it. We should also be encouraged to work towards it. We should also show why it belongs to us. We should also show power in that particular genre, because they're claiming Afrobeat. They had to show power, and the power is the exploits that they did with it. What are the exploits that we are also doing with High Life?
True.
Are people so proud parading themselves as High Life artists? That's a different conversation. I remember one time when Shatta came from America to do the state of the industry address, he mentioned High Life as one of the core things that he would wish people would push from this country. But he was met with insults and people giving him names of consistently confused and what I mean. They gave him big terms and big brofo.
Yes.
But today, it is there. That is the conversation we are having in 2025. When some people, yes, you don't like it. Somebody that went outside to have a certain experience came with a certain feedback and was met with insult. Today, another person is somewhere claiming it, and we want to go and call the person names. It is not just about mentioning the person as a liar, but also acting towards it for people to know that, okay, indeed, these are the people who hold, this is the source, and the source can give the original version of whatever replica anybody is creating.
All right, great. Guys, let's go for our second commercial break. When we come back, we'll be talking about the event that we've spoken about several times here, being the Ghana Independence Day concert on 8th of March, which has become a talk of town conversation here in Ghana. We'll talk about that. Guys, let's go for our second commercial break, actually. We'll be right back.